We're back checking out some prospects here. And first on our docket, J.J. Rose, the second pick, a guy that we loved out of the draft. And this is what we have on J.J. He came to us at the 37th pick. It's our number 2 prospect, I believe, right behind Bobby White. Now Bobby White with Dale Amador graduating. He has good velo, fastball 90 plus, and a slider in the 90s. He's a strikeout artist that also prevents home runs. So just giving up base hits, preventing hits early in counts, and also walks. So kind of that middle ground where he's vulnerable before he gets to 2 strikes, but also putting away batters. If they don't bite on his filthy stuff, they can draw walks. So he needs to work on walks and control. Fastball is his best pitch, and he does get heavy use. Again, the high 90s, mid to high 90s, has good run, has good movement, and he can locate it well. That is his best pitch. He gets a lot of soft contact, however, so a lot of those hits that he does give up that we've kind of noticed is a struggle. There's a lot of weak hits, but he does get a lot of soft contact. Kind of comes at batters from the left side with a 3/4 arm angle. Again, he was the 37th pick in 2024, our number 2 prospect, and we love what we see at J.J. Rose. I think at the top end of his game, he could be an ace or very, very, very good number 2. At the bottom of on his game, he can be a high strikeout, but decently high 4.5. 4 to 4.5 ERA starter, so someone who's probably going to slide in at that 4th or 5th role if things go sideways. How does he make our team don't die, don't get in an accident, don't do anything horrific? I think this is a guy we have in our plans, and I'm so glad he fell to us at 37. We think he's probably another year away after this one, so he has 2025 and then 2026 to really work on things in the minor leagues. We could definitely see him for 2027. However, so that is what we have on J.J. Rose. In this scouting performance that we went down and saw him at, he went 5+ innings pitched, gave up 6 hits, 3 earned runs, no walks, but 5 strikeouts for J.J. Rose. Next up, we have Alex Hardesty, and this guy throws hard. That's why it's in the name. Extremely high velo. Get a fastball and cutter that's almost, both of those guys almost touching triple digits. A slider that can go in there and do some damage as well. And this guy we have high hopes for. Needs to work on command, like a lot of guys who throw extremely hard. Are you throwing or are you pitching? And he is a thrower at the moment. His 12.6, and really what actually maybe even debunks that, his best pitches are his breaking stuff. His 12.6 curveball is his best pitch. Cutter and slider are slotted at plus pitches. If not right now, then very, very soon. He does keep the ball in the yard. He does not give up a lot of home runs. He will get some decent strikeout numbers, and especially as he works on that fastball, which will help set him up to use that 12.6, to use that cutter, to use that slider. That is where his biggest development is. He has the okay strikeout numbers, but he's working on missing bats right now. He's still giving up a lot of contact, still hasn't figured out really how to set up hitters yet. Again, if that fastball can get to where it needs to be, players jump on that fastball early. He likes to try to use that to get ahead, and then he can play the cutter off it, and then he can play the slider off the cutter, and then he can play 12.6 off all 3 of those. So if he can really hone in his fastball, it'll be easier for him to then start missing bats because players aren't looking for that fastball early in counts and jumping on it. His cutter, like we said, is a great pitch, and it has great bite, and again, he throws it super, super hard. His slider, more north to south than east to west, the sharper break, some of that gyro slider, less of that sweeping slider, and more of that just sharp break slider, so that's where he has it, and then that 12.6 is the looper, the 12.6 where he drops off the table. So really that slider kind of works really well with the cutter, while both don't break too much, but both break in different enough directions where it can fool hitters. What really hinders him is he won't go super deep, and that's kind of why we have him a little bit lower than J.J. Rose on our own boards, because he won't get past 5 to 6 innings usually. He does not. He's going to use it all, and that's what happens. So we really think his ceiling might be a 3 or 4 starter. We don't think he's going to ever really hit that 1 or 2. While he might have 1 or 2 stuff, he won't give you 1 or 2 innings. This is what we saw from him in the scouting. He used his 12-6 to perfection and was really working everything in. He was using all of his pitches. We saw some strikeouts with the cutter. We saw some strikeouts with the fastball. The slider and the 12-6 were doing awesome. And again, he had that 12-6 working. Like we mentioned, that fastball, he's trying to get used to it. The hard hits that we did see off him were mostly on fastballs that he missed. Again, we think that his stamina might hinder him a little bit slightly, but again, he could be one of the best threes in the game. I'm sure once he kind of builds up his stamina, which he most likely can be able to as an older guy, we have our reservations there. But 6 2/3 in this one, 6 hits, 1 run, 1 earned, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. So Alex Hardesty doing awesome. That will do it from here on the farm. We appreciate you watching. Which one of these 2 pitchers do you think is going to be more pivotal to our success? Are you going with J.J. Rose, the lefty strikeout guy? Or are you going with the fast-throwing Alex Hardesty as being the premier guy behind Bobby White for us here? Also, make sure to let us know how you are enjoying these. Are you having fun with these scouting profiles? I enjoy doing them, but if something that you guys don't want to see, we can kind of knock that off. So we'll see you next time here at Rockies Franchise. I've been Cody Chalifoux. Go Rocks.